My name is Ryan, and I used to believe that family meant trust, that no matter what happened, blood would always have your back. I learned the hard way how wrong I was. My younger sister, Chloe, was the kind of person everyone loved instantly. She was charming, funny, and had a way of getting out of trouble with a smile. Growing up, I protected her from everything: bullies, bad grades, even our parents' disappointment when she dropped out of college. I thought I was doing the right thing. When our parents passed away, I became her only real support. I paid her rent when she lost her job, covered her medical bills once, and even added her name as a joint user on my bank account so she could build her credit. That, I would later realize, was my biggest mistake. It started one ordinary Friday morning. I went to pay my utility bill online, but when I logged into my bank, my balance wasn't just low, it was zero. At first, I thought it was a glitch. I refreshed the page, checked other accounts, but every single one was empty. My savings, my emergency fund, everything. I called the bank in a panic, and after being transferred around for 20 minutes, the representative finally said the words that froze me solid. "Sir, the funds were transferred to another account under a joint holder's authorization." My throat went dry. "Joint holder? You mean?" "Yes," she replied gently. "Miss Chloe Anderson." I hung up and immediately called her. No answer. I texted her. Nothing. I tried her social media, all accounts deleted. My stomach sank as realization hit me like a brick wall. She had taken everything. Over $60,000 in savings, gone overnight. I drove to her apartment, but the door was unlocked and the place was stripped bare. Furniture gone, clothes gone, even the old couch I'd given her years ago. On the table sat only one thing, a note. It said, "I'm sorry, Ryan. I had to do this. Please understand someday." I stared at those words until they blurred. For days, I didn't eat or sleep properly. I went to the police, but because her name was on the account, it wasn't considered theft, just a civil matter. I tried to move on, but every time I saw her face in an old photo, my chest tightened. She had taken everything I had, not just the money, but the trust I'd built my whole life. Months passed. I sold my car, downsized my apartment, and picked up extra shifts just to stay afloat. The bitterness was like a shadow that followed me everywhere. Then, about 7 months later, my phone rang one night while I was finishing a late shift. It was an unknown number. I almost ignored it, but something made me pick up. The voice on the other end was faint, shaky, and all too familiar. "Ryan," she whispered. "Please, don't hang up." My heart stopped. "Chloe," I said slowly. "Where the hell are you?" She started sobbing. "I made a mistake. I'm so sorry." I clenched my jaw. "You think sorry fixes stealing my entire life savings?" She was crying harder now. I didn't know what else to do. "He said he loved me, Ryan. He said he'd take care of me if I helped him. But he took the money and left me in another state. He's gone." I didn't respond. My silence must have scared her because she added, "I'm in a motel. I don't have food. I don't even have shoes. Please, can you come get me?" My mind was spinning. Every part of me wanted to scream, to tell her she deserved it. But there was still that small voice, the big brother in me, that couldn't let her die alone in some motel room. Against my better judgment, I asked for the address. It was in a rundown part of town 3 hours away. I grabbed my coat, got in my old truck, and started driving through the rain. When I got there, she looked nothing like the Chloe I remembered. Her hair was tangled, her face hollow, and her eyes swollen from crying. She ran to hug me, but I stepped back. "You need help," I said quietly. She nodded, shaking. "I know. I'll do anything to make it right." I took her home that night, got her food, and the next morning, I took her to the police. She confessed everything: the boyfriend's name, the fake account, the transfers. Turns out, he had been conning multiple people, including her. My cooperation with her testimony helped the police track him down. 3 months later, I got a call from a detective. "Mr. Anderson," he said, "we've recovered a significant portion of your funds. Your sister's cooperation was crucial." I thanked him quietly, unsure how to feel. The money came back eventually, but it wasn't what mattered anymore. I'd lost my trust in people, even in family, but something strange happened as I watched Chloe rebuild her life. She got a job at a local shelter, started therapy, and sent me half her paychecks to repay her debt. One day, she asked if I could ever forgive her. I looked at her for a long time before answering. Forgiveness isn't about pretending it didn't happen, I said. It's about deciding it won't control me anymore. She cried and hugged me, and this time, I didn't pull away. I won't lie, part of me will always be cautious, maybe even distant. But that phone call, the one I almost didn't answer, didn't just give me my sister back. It reminded me that sometimes, the hardest thing you can do isn't walking away. It's giving someone one last chance to prove they can change. And for once, I'm glad I picked up that call. You